Okay, so let's try the next coding exercise. So open the leetcode.com and go to the problem section. And in the search question tab, search question number 205 and hit enter. So we have the question 205 isomorphic strings, and it is also the easy category question. So click on it. So let's read the question. So given the two string S and T, determine if they are isomorphic. So we have two strings are given. Even if you see this function, we have two strings are given. One is S and one is T. Two string S and T are isomorphic if the, so they said we have to check whether the strings are isomorphic or not. So first we should know what is isomorphic, only then we are able to solve this question. So they said, okay, two string S and T are isomorphic if the characters in S can be replaced to get T. Okay, so they said if the character in S, if, if the character in S can be replaced to get T, right? So example, we are like this is the S string, this is the T string. So what we are doing is we are replacing E with A, G with D. So G already replaced with D. So whatever the any occurrence of G will become, it should be replaced with D. So we are getting G with D. All right. So similarly, F with B, which is fine, O with A, but the another O is changing with the R. So which is wrong, because if O is changing with A, then any further occurrence of the O should be changes with the R. Should be changes with the A. So if that is happen, then it is true. If that is it doesn't happen, then we have to return false. So we have to just return a boolean, true and false. So let's look how we are going to approach this problem, and what are the challenge. So let's figure it out. Uh, First two, three examples. All right. So how we can like simply approach this problem, because by looking in this by looking at this question, we have to just it looks to me, okay, we just take one string and we will store somewhere. Okay, E is changing into A. Then we are taking the second string G. We will put somewhere. Okay, G is changing to D. Then we are taking the third string and we are checking if this string is already we already checked. So we already checked. Then earlier it changed with D. So right now it's changing with D. Yes, it's changing with D. Then we are like returning true. So this we can do. So example, this is the S string, this is the D string. So this is our S string and this is our T string. This is our T string. Fine. So S and T, yeah, fine. So we can loop over the S string and we can create some dictionary. We can create some hash map. All right. As in first, like this is not the solution. Like first approach which is coming in our mind. So first approach is, okay, we will check. Okay, so we will take some dictionary, empty dictionary. So we will start from S. We will start iterating from E to Z. So we will take E. So is E in our hash map? So E is not in our hash map, because in starting our dictionary is empty. So E is not in our hash map. Then what we can do is we will do some entry. Okay, E is changing to A. We did the entry, which is perfectly fine. Then we go to G. Then we will check in the hash map. Is G in the hash map? No, it's G. G is not in the hash map. Till now, only we have the E. Then we will do the entry again. Okay, G is changing with D, which is perfectly fine, which is also fine. Then we further get the G, right? Then we are checking, okay, if G is in the hash map, yes, G is in the hash map, which is fine. If G is in the hash map and we know the previous instance of G is changing to the D, so it means the current instance of the G should also change to D. If it is changing to D, then it is isomorphic still. Otherwise, it is not. Then what will say, if G is in the hash map, yes, G is in the hash map. Then we will check if the value corresponding to the G, if the value corresponding to the G is equal to this character, is equal to this character D. If it is equal, then yes, then true. So in this case, we are returning true. All right. So even if you just loop into this string, a string, and then we are checking and we are storing somewhere, then we can solve this question. But there are some, if you try this approach, few test cases going to fail. So what all are those test cases? So let's look at this second example. So we have this S string and we have this T string. All right. Okay. So in this question, so if you see B is, so we have some empty dictionary starting, right? So B is so we will start from B. So we will check, is B in the hash map? So in the starting we have the empty dictionary, right? So we will check, okay, B is in the hash map, no. So we will do the entry. We will do the entry. Okay, B is, so we will do, one second. Uh, we will do, we will do one entry. 1 minute. So we are going to do one entry. So B entry is there. So B is changing to B, which is fine. Now we go to this character, A character, because we are iterating. Because we found one way which is solving this particular example, but is that able to solve this example? Let's figure it out. We are on the A, then we will find, is A in the dictionary? No, so A is not in the dictionary, so it's a new character. Okay, so A is changing to A. We did the two entries, which is perfectly fine. Now we go to the D. All right. So we see, okay, D is in the dictionary as per this approach. As per this approach, is there D in the dictionary? No, D is not in the dictionary. Then we are going to do the another entry. D is changing to B. Then we will check C. C is in the dictionary. No, C is not in the dictionary. Then we are going to do the another entry. So everything done fine. So as per our approach, it should be isomorphic, but this is not isomorphic because B is changing to B and D is also changing to B. Alright, so which is wrong? If earlier we are knowing B is generated from B, and here we are generating the B from D. So which looks wrong? Okay, then another approach come into our mind. Okay, so first we are iterating from S. So to solve this problem, we can iterate from T. We can iterate from T. Okay, so let's iterate from T. So you mean like, okay, first we are like iterating from S, but in this case, because uh, D is come from B, which is wrong because B is coming from B. And here we are saying B is coming from D, so which is wrong. So instead of checking the S string, we can say, okay, can we check the T string? So let's figure it out. If we just check the T string, like here we are checking, earlier we are checking S string only. So by checking only S string, we are able to solve this example. But using this example, if we just like loop over the only check this string, okay, from where it is converting, then this problem, this example, this particular example is going to fail. So that's why I said like few of the test cases going to fail, not all, but few. Right. Okay. Then the other approaches come into mind. Okay. Here we are doing the entry in this way. E should change to A, J should, G should change to D. Can we do the entry like this? A should change to E, D should change to G. Yes, we can do that entry. So let's try to figure it out. Will it solve our problem? Okay. So in what we are saying, okay, in this case, we will loop or on T, and we will say, okay, corresponding to A. So there is an entry. So A is here, and then we have like E, which is fine. Then D is in the dictionary. No, then we will do one entry. Okay, D is in the G. All right. Then we will D is in the hash map. Yes, and is the value is equal to this G? Yes, it is equal to this G. Okay. So first example is going to solve. Either you like do the entry into the hash map like E colon A or A colon E. Let's try to the second example, because in second example, if we do the entry B colon B and A colon A and D colon B, then it is not going to solve. So can we do the entry like vice versa? Will it going to solve the problem? So let's see. If we iterate, if we are going to iterate this one, this thing, so we take some empty dictionary. So we will say, okay, we have the empty dictionary, we have some empty dictionary. B is in the empty dictionary. No. So we are going to do the entry. Okay, B is changing to B. A is in the dictionary. No. So we are saying, okay, A is changing to the A. B is in the dictionary. Yes, B is in the dictionary. So B is already in the dictionary. B is so B is changing to D here, but B is already in the dictionary. B should be equal to this B, but B is not equal to D. So we said, okay, this is going to fail, which is perfectly fine. So we should return false, and our answer is false. But is it going to solve our problem? Let's look at the third example. Let's look at the third example. So first we see, if we just do the entry like A, like this way, E to A, G to D, then it's going to solve this problem. Only example one. Then, but example two is not working. Then we figure it out. Okay, let's do the entry vice versa. A to E, D to Z, like this. Then we are able to solve both example, both the example, like this example as well and this example as well. But is it able to solve this example? Because we said we are doing the vice versa, we are doing the vice versa. So is it able to solve this example? Okay, let's try. So we are iterating over t string. So b to f, b to f, all right. A to O, so A is not in the dictionary, so we will do the entry A to O. Then R to O, R is also not in the dictionary, then we are doing the entry. So as per our result, it should return true, but it is wrong, it should return false, because here we are saying O should be generated from A, and here we are saying O should be generated from R, which is wrong. Then it looks to us, even if we start from first to second, then few test cases fail. If we start from this way, this vice versa way, then again few test cases fail. Then what should we do? All right, so what should we do? So the simple solution is, we have to take the both the solutions. We have to take the both the approaches. Basically, we have to check both the ways. All right. So by only checking S to T is not going to work, and by only checking T to S is not going to work. So we have to check both the ways, because by if we check both the ways, then all the three test cases should going to pass. So how we are going to check the both the cases? So to check the both the cases, it's very simple. What we will do is, earlier we are creating one hash map, now we are going to create two hash maps. So one hash map, okay, first we are checking from E to A. E to A entry is there, G to D entry is there. Okay, now we get G. So G is already there, and we want D, and it's D here, which is perfectly fine. Now we will do opposite check. So A to A, we are doing the entry. D to Z, we are doing the entry. Then again we found D, which is already there. So corresponding to that, we need G. So we have G here, so which is perfectly fine. So this test case is working. Now for this test case, so we are going to do the two entries. So here, first from starting, so B to B, A to A, D to B, and C to A. By this way, this is fine. Now if we do opposite, B to B, which is fine, A to A, which is fine, B to D, so this is going to fail, because B entry is already there. B entry is already there, and we want B, but we get D. So this is going to fail. This is also work. Now in this case, we will do the entry F to B, okay, O to A, okay. Now O entry is already there. So we want A, but we get R, so it's going to fail. It means, so we have to check both the ways. We have to check both the ways, because if we check only one way, then it is not going to work. So we have to check both the ways. So let's try to implement in our code, right? So, and here in the constraints, it is mentioned the length of the t and the length of the s both are equal. So you don't need to worry about the length of the t and the length of the s. You don't need to put any kind of check whether the length is small or length is larger. You don't need to put, because it is mentioned. Kindly assume both the length are equal to same. Okay. So what we have to do? We have to take two dictionary. So s to t is one hash map, and t to s, sorry, T to S is another hash map, right? Now we have to run a loop, because we are running a loop from S as well, and we are running from loop from T as well. So instead of running two loops, let's run just a single loop, but iterating both these strings in a single go by using the zip function, which is available in the Python. You mean for character S, character T in zip of S comma T. So basically what it will do is, it will generate a tuple, and tuple will be like this. Let me show you. So when we say zip of S of T, so what it will do, it will take the first element of S and first element of like T, then first element of S and first element of T, first element of S and first element of T. So it is going to generate a tuple basically. Right. So we are, because instead of just running two loops and checking again and again, we can do that, like not an issue, but just we are avoiding one loop. Okay. So first we have to check from S to T. First we have to check from S to T. Okay. So we are checking if character of S in S to T, if it is there, if it is there, if it is not there, then we have to just do the entry. If it is not there, let's suppose we have to do something. If it is not there, then what we have to do? We have to just do the entry, and entry of character of S, and value should be character of T, means E to A, E to A. So this is E to A. We are doing this entry. But if it is there, if it is there, if we found the character, so let me go to the board. So let's suppose we are iterating first loop E to A. So it is not there. So we did the entry here. So we did the entry here, E to A. Then G is not there. Then we again did the entry G to here. Then again we found G, but it entry is already there. Then there is a condition if character of S in S to T. So this is S to T hash map. This is S to T. So let me show you. So this is S to T hash map, and this is T to S hash map, right? So what we are doing is if character of S, if this character of S is in this hash map, yes, in this hash map, then is the value, if character is there, is this, and S to T, and value of which, value of character S, because it's already there, so we have to find the value. Is that value, is this value is equal to my character of T? If it is not equal to character of T, character of T, then we are going to return false. Alright, so as to T character of S, then we are going to return false. Alright, now we check in this way, because we are iterating like loops, and we have to check the vice versa as well. So let's do the vice versa. If character of T, if it is not there, then we have to do the entry. So T to S, and here character of T equal to character of S. And here we are also putting the same thing. If character of T in T to S and T to S of character of T not equal to character of S, then we are going to return false. So basically we are checking both the ways. And if everything runs fine, then at the end we are going to return true. So let's try to run this if it's going to work or not. So our sample cases has been accepted. So let's try to submit it. So our solution has been accepted. All right. So like you have to first, like before writing, jumping into the actual code now, first try to do some sample cases, even the case which is given. So the same thing which we did here. Okay, we took first sample case. We took some first sample case, and we see, okay, it's very simple question. We have to check whether E is to A, G to D, G to D. Then we can create a hash map. We can create one hash map, and then we can do that. As soon as we just run one loop, then we submit our question and we figure it out. Oh no, two test cases are going to fail. Okay, which is the test case going to fail? Okay, we found this test is going to fail. Why this is going to fail? Because it is like D is not there, but B is there. But in this case, we have to check vice versa as well. Okay, then we change our logic. So we just checking the vice versa. Then if we're checking vice versa, then then particular this test is going to fail. Then what should we do? Then the another approach is coming in mind. Let's check both the ways. Let's check S to T and T to S. So the same thing which we did here. So that's it. That's the end of the video. And you can also try this question. Thank you.